Hello, Gary from Athens. Welcome, welcome. Getting started here in just a couple of minutes. Yeah, sorry, I'm still getting ready, just giving everyone a chance to get here. We've got a few people that are watching, that's good. I'm almost ready to get started. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, I'll be on camera here in just a minute. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about Japan just a little bit, and then we'll get into the Japan quiz. Sorry if it's noisy right now. I've got a printer working in the background. Okay, let's get started here. Enough of that for sure. Okay, here I am. All right. I see 4 people have, at one point or another, taken a look here. We'll see how many people join in. If you would like to join in, come on camera for a discussion, that's fine too. Just let me know and I will surely invite you. Otherwise, I was just going to talk about things for a few minutes and then get into the Japan quiz game. Japan game quiz, I guess it's called. Yeah, the Japan game. It's basically a quiz game all about Japan. And it's really made for Japanese, but since the questions are written both in Japanese and in English, I thought it might be interesting. I've done it a couple of times. Oh, the building on the screen, good question. The building on the screen is Kumamoto Castle. Kumamoto Castle is one of 3 of the most famous castles in Japan. Osaka Castle, Himeji in Nagoya, and Kumamoto are the 3 that are probably best known and best preserved. There are other castles around. There's a Black Castle in Matsumoto, I think it's called. But yeah, that is Kumamoto-jo, Kumamoto Castle. It was damaged by the earthquake that we had, 5 years ago? 4 years ago? 5 years ago. 5 years ago, yeah. And almost exactly 5 years ago, we had a large earthquake. I think it was around 7 on the Richter scale. And it did quite a bit of damage around town. And there was some loss of life, which, of course, any loss of life is tragic. There weren't large numbers of people. But yeah, anyway, long answer to a short question, that is Kumamoto Castle. Okay. And you can see in the lower left area of the picture is a tree that looks kind of pink, and that is, of course, the famous Japanese sakura, the cherry blossom trees blooming. This picture was not taken this year. The cherry trees are just starting to bloom, which is another thing I wanted to talk about today. Probably people don't know a lot about Japan, the cherry blossoms, so that actually made a gift of this was or more. I think I should look these details up before I broadcast, shouldn't I? But Japan made a gift of several hundred. Yeah, no worries about the long answer. I absolutely love learning about just about anything. Okay, good. Well, I don't know how much you'll learn from me, but I'll talk a lot anyway. Japan made a gift of several hundred cherry trees to the United States, and they were planted in Washington, D.C. And so you can find the Japanese cherry trees in Washington also. But this is the time of year when it's getting warmer and the cherry trees are getting ready to bloom. In fact, one of the trees on my university campus has already begun to bloom. Most of the trees in the city, as I walk around, are the buds have been swelling, getting ready to bloom. And I think tomorrow we're going to, actually today I saw the first buds just splitting open, and you can see a little bit of the flower starting to emerge, but not really a full bloom yet. After the trees begin to bloom, it'll take between 4 and 8 days approximately for them to come into full bloom. And then Again, that depends on the weather and various things. As they come into full bloom, the trees are just magnificent. They're really beautiful. And of course, the Japanese tradition is to have the ohanami. Basically, that means flower watching. Uh, looking at the flowers. They spread out plastic or tarps on the ground, and they have picnics under the trees, usually involving alcohol, food. Uh, it can be a family activity. It can also be a company activity. In fact, as the cherry trees reach their peak, uh, some of the younger, the lower on the ladder employees will be tasked with the job of going and getting the space, getting the prime space under the beautiful cherry trees for the company employees to gather after work and so on. So because the cherry trees, there's a limited number. They're in various places. For example, Kumamoto being a castle town, as Gary asked about and is pictured there, Kumamoto Castle. Castle towns have an above average number of cherry trees, it seems. There are a huge number of cherry trees around the castle. There are cherry trees around the campuses or on the campuses of most of the universities. Along the main river in Kumamoto, there are cherry trees planted along the banks of the river. There are also cherry trees planted along the banks of the rivers or of some smaller streams. It's really becomes quite a beautiful place during the cherry blossom season. And I will be broadcasting probably almost every day, at least for a short period of time, to show you how the cherry trees are blooming, how they're progressing from day to day. I'm at my office right now. On my way home, I plan to give a little glimpse of the cherry trees as they are now. Like I said, the buds are fully swollen. They're ready to pop open, and some of them have just started to open. The blooming has just started. And from now, hopefully for the next 10 days or so, we'll be able to really enjoy the cherry trees and the cherry blossoms. Having a little voice problems here. So yeah, so like I said, the younger employees, those lower in status, are tasked with going out, putting out the tarps on the ground and claiming that area so that after work, all the company employees can get together and enjoy generally beer, always beer, because traditionally the kampai, the toast, is almost always done with beer, even if other beverages will be served, other alcoholic beverages, nihonshu, sake, or shochu, which is a popular local drink that it's kind of like, what is it like? I mean, it's a little bit like vodka, but not quite. It has more flavor than vodka. It can be distilled from. It's an alcohol distilled from either. Oh, it can be from sweet potatoes or rice or various things. Barley, different things. Lots of different things that they use to distill this, but it's a lower alcohol content. I think that the highest alcohol content would be 30%. Generally, it's 15 to 20% alcohol, which of course is about half of your typical vodka. But that's a very popular drink. But as I was saying, the beer is usually first for the kanpai for the toast at the beginning of the celebration, the party or whatever they're having, and then they later switch to other beverages such as the sake, right? The actual pronunciation is sake or nihonshu. But they start out with beer. Beer drinking is a major activity at most Japanese parties. Japanese enjoy drinking. That's a major activity, and it is true that drinking after work with your colleagues is a very common occurrence, and to some extent even expected in some companies. Not all. Even the university, we don't generally have an after work parties and so on, but there are, for example, after the graduation ceremony or the entrance ceremony, the New Year's parties and things like that. Those are rather large, important occasions, and there are generally parties that go on here. Generally not on the school premises, but sometimes they are. Many times they'll be located at one of the local hotels, banquet rooms, and so on. They'll rent that out for that event and so on. So I view the ohanami, the cherry blossom viewing, as just mostly another excuse for drinking here in Japan. They call it ohanami, the flower viewing, viewing the cherry blossoms, but although they're sitting directly under the cherry trees, I don't see them spending a lot of time staring up at the trees and enjoying the blossoms. They do when they first get there. They're all like, "Oh wow, this is really beautiful." But then it's like, "Okay, where's the food? Where's the drinks?" And they begin the party in earnest with the conversations and the eating and drinking. Like I said, it's just another excuse for a party, which is always welcome. Parties are always welcome, right? Get together with your friends, your colleagues, your family, and enjoy the time. And the sakura, the ohanami, the cherry blossom viewing is a good excuse for that. Oh, Jeff, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Are you busy now? You want to come up? I can invite you if you like. Invite people. Yeah, I can do that. All right. So. Okay, I invited you if you'd like to come up. Jeff, anybody who does not know, I guess there are people in the world who don't know Jeff yet, but they're getting to be fewer and fewer. Jeff Morrow, Dr. Jeff Morrow, is a professor at the prefectural university here in Kumamoto. So a prefecture is kind of like a state. It's a part of Japan, an administrative division of Japan. And Kumamoto is the name of the city as well as the state. You're in Oslo with no internet. No internet, but you're watching my show. Well, that's okay, right? If you can't, that's fine. Still in Oslo. Oh, that's nice. Oslo is the local mountain. It's a volcanic mountain. It's still slightly active. We haven't had pyroclastic flows or major eruptions lately, but there often is things like release of gas, which is generally a poisonous gas, sulfur and so on that are released, steam and ash. I remember for the last few years, it hasn't been so bad. But when I first came to Japan 30 years ago, there were a couple of years where the ash released by the Oso volcano was quite significant, and you would come out and your car would be coated with a fine layer of volcanic ash, which is not a good thing because it's highly corrosive and abrasive. It's not a good thing. And I've been watching some YouTubers, Dutch Since, I believe is his handle. I watch him. He talks a lot about earthquakes and so on. And it seems that there's been a lot of activity around. In fact, yesterday there was a tremor in Kumamoto. Uh, my wife and I both were here in Kumamoto 5 years ago during the big earthquake that did a lot of damage, and she still is a little jittery about when it comes to the tremors that happen quite often. It's not at all unusual to have that must have been probably maybe a 3 something. I'm sure it wasn't a 4. It was quite noticeable. If you were driving, you probably wouldn't notice. If you're walking, you probably would notice. I would think, but if you're sitting, you definitely notice it. It was a tremble, but not anything really scary, not anything dangerous. No dishes fell off the shelves or pictures off the walls or anything like that. But it serves to remind us that we're living in a earthquake-prone part of the world. And after going through that major earthquake 5 years ago, it doesn't take much to make my wife especially a little nervous. In fact, yeah, at that time she was moving from a nearby city. She was moving from Yatsushiro to Kumamoto City at that time, and she just happened to be in Yatsushiro, in that other city, when the earthquake happened, and she got stranded there because the roads and so on were damaged between Yatsushiro and Kumamoto. It wasn't easy to get back and forth between the cities and so on. The major highway was severely damaged in several places and so on. So she was stuck there for a while. Finally got her back to Kumamoto City. Fortunately, where she was living was not severely damaged. My apartment where I live was also not severely damaged. You can find hairline cracks in the cement structure, but no major damage. Nothing, no parts of the building fell off and so on. Where in Kumamoto City, of course, that did happen. There were buildings that collapsed. There were several buildings, apartments and so on, that I saw where the first floor was collapsed, and so the whole building just went down one story. A lot of times the first floor of an apartment building might be, for example, a parking space and so on. And so if that's the case, yeah, so the parking space, those cars if there were cars there, they were flattened and so on. Yeah, but at times there were buildings that happened where there were people living on the first floor, and that became a very serious situation. Yeah. Anyway, we don't want to talk too much. My internet connection is unstable. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Let's hope people can still see and hear me. Okay. So, as I was saying, the cherry trees are on the verge of blooming big time. I would say uh, this week as I said, I plan to little by little to show how or I plan every day to have a short broadcast at least showing the status of the cherry trees in Kumamoto, in the area at least that I frequent here at the university, around my home, the streams and so on that have cherry trees planted along them, right? There are quite a few trees in the area that I can show you. And they'll be getting so the enjoyment is every day it's a little more beautiful, a little more of the flowers have bloomed a little bit bigger. It should take several days for them to come into full bloom, but that's truly a sight to see, and I'll try to share it with you as best I can as that happens. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and start this quiz that I have. I've got, let's see, how many questions? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I do have 10 questions. Okay, I have 10 questions? Yes, I have 10 questions. Okay. All right, so if any of you are there, please feel free to participate in this. I understand that because of the internet and perhaps the current condition of HAPS and the load on HAPS and so on, there may be lag in the broadcast, and that lag may differ between different areas. And I'm sorry about that. It does bring into question the fairness of such a quiz, but we're doing this for fun, right? So just have fun with it. Okay, first question. This is the type of question that I haven't done in my quizzes yet. The first question is about a gesture. I'm going to show you a gesture, and I'd like you to tell me what you think that gesture means. Right? What does that gesture mean, right? Okay, so the first gesture is right? Clapping your hands together, basically in front of the lower part of your face, or even up higher, right? But clapping the hands together, like that. It's not the clapping sound, it's the position of the hands in front of your face, like this. What does that mean? Anybody have any idea what that gesture would mean? Anybody have an idea what that gesture might mean? No guesses? Yeah, it's a common gesture. You see it happen quite often. In what kind of situation? Just about any type of situation, you might see that gesture. What does that mean? Okay. Probably less common among family members, more common in social situations. See, what kind of hints can I give you? Well, let's see. For example, if I were late for an appointment to meet a friend, I might use that gesture when I arrive. That gesture might be accompanied with "gomenasai," Okay, I won't translate that because basically that is the answer. So if you speak any Japanese now, I've given you the answer, right? ごめんなさい. ごめん. No, nobody has the answer. All right, well, either the lag is terrible or people don't have the answer. That's fine. The answer is sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, ごめん. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm late. Oh, I'm late. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what other questions I have here. Okay. Japanese have a lot of repeated sounds in the language, right? As I just did, gomen, right? They often repeat the same thing twice. That seems to be a common pattern in Japanese. Oh, sorry, just seeing what kind of message I got there. Sorry. Okay, let's see. So this question is about one of those repeated patterns of language in Japan. So in Japanese, right, the sound karakara, karakara, what would that be equivalent to in English? Not the sound, but what word would that indicate? That indicates what? Karakara. Karakara. What would that be in English? Oh. Karakara. Karakara. Karakara? No guesses? Karakara. Oh, karakara. Mizo kudasai. Thirsty is the answer. Thirsty. Karakara is thirsty. Okay. Yeah. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? This must be a less than prime time broadcasting slot here. Although 30 people have taken a peek. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. Which famous TV comedy duo speak Kansai Ben? You guys don't know this, right? I just barely know this because I don't watch television anymore. I really don't. I don't watch television. I just don't. I watch Netflix. I watch things from YouTube. I guess I do watch the news sometimes. But yeah, generally the TV I use to just to display my Netflix or YouTube videos on a larger screen is mostly the only thing that I use my television for. I just am not a television watcher. Even with the internet available and lots of television from other countries available here, I just not much of a television watcher. There are some shows that I watch, but not so many. Movies, I enjoy movies, but I don't call that watching television. I mean, even if you see it on your television screen, that's watching a movie. And especially during COVID, your options for movie watching are very restricted, right? So I don't really watch television very much. But from the days when I did watch television, so this is not a brand new comedy group here, but a famous comedy duo. So two people, comedy duo, speaking Kansai Ben, very famous in Japan. Would that be Downtown, Tunnels, or Uchan Nanchan? Downtown, Tunnels, or Uchan Nanchan? Downtown, Tunnels, Uchan Nanchan. Now, I've seen all of those comedians when I used to watch television. It was nice for helping me improve my Japanese listening skills a little bit. But I guess I've given up on my Japanese. I'm never going to get much better than I am right now, which isn't all that good, but I can survive anyway. Okay, well, anyway, the answer to that is downtown. Downtown are a couple of, so Kansai. Kansai is the area around Osaka. There's a distinction in Japan between Kansai and Kanto. Both are on the main island, the Honshu, the main island of Japan. But Kansai is the Osaka area, Osaka and that whole area. And the Kanto is the Tokyo area. Okay. So Kansai Ben is the style, the dialect of Japanese that they speak in the Osaka area. And the Kansai comedians are famous. Kansai, the Osaka is well known for the food there as well as their comedians. A couple of things that the Osaka, Kansai area is famous for. Okay. How about this? What are the comedy duo of Hikari Ota and Yuji Tanaka more commonly known as? You guys don't know this, do you? Hikari Ota and Yuji Tanaka? No? Comedy duo, yeah, nobody's answering, so that's okay. I will give you the answer. The answer is Bakusho Mondai. Bakusho Mondai. Hi from Colombia, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, thank you for dropping in. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm continuing with my quiz here. Oh, from Reno, Let It Be. Yes, yes. Hello, Let It Be. Welcome. This is not the USA quiz. I'm doing I don't even know that one. Oh, Jeff, you don't know that. Well, you're late. No, you're not late. No, you're not late. The questions in my quiz are just are ridiculously hard. What I've been giving. Now that I know that there are more people active, I was wondering if anybody was there. But now I know a few more people are active. Let me try and find some more reasonable questions here. Let's go to superstitions, Japanese superstitions. This might be something that you at least have a chance to guess, okay? Let's see. Let's see. I've got, yeah, all right. 5 more questions. We'll see who can, nobody has any points yet. So 5 more questions, okay? Who can get the most points out of these? All right, the first question, this regarding Japanese superstition. So according to superstition, Mount Fuji, hawks, and what other thing are signs of good luck if they appear in one's first dream of New Year. Okay? So during your first dream of the new year, if Mount Fuji or hawks appear in your dream, that's good luck. There's one more thing that could appear in your dream that would mean good luck. Cherry trees, good guess, very good guess, but that's not the answer. Grasshoppers, grasshoppers, no, that is not it either. Let me give you a hint. Again, this is, I'm not saying I understand Japanese culture, but it is a vegetable. Dragons, no, it's a vegetable. Or yeah, it's a vegetable. It's a foodstuff plant, vegetable, something that can be eaten. Okay. All right. Let me give you. All right, that was a hint. Now let me give you three choices. Is it an onion? No, it's not an onion. Cabbage? No, it's not cabbage. Share, welcome. It's not. It's not cabbage. All right. The choices are: is it a carrot, a cucumber, or an eggplant? So if this appears in your first dream of the new year, it's a sign of good luck. Okay? So, eggplant is right. That's right. Eggplant is right. Let it be. Off to an early lead here. Cucumber. No. Yeah. I mean, how can you choose among those three? But let it be did it. So you have the first point of the game, right? So according to Japanese superstition, if you see Mount Fuji, hawks, or an eggplant in your first dream of the new year, you'll have good luck. All right, excellent. I actually had not heard that. Jeff, had you heard that? Did you know that? You probably did. You know all kinds of things. But yeah, I wasn't actually aware of that particular superstition. The next one I was aware of. Let's see if we have any, what kind of luck we have with this. Okay, so again, according to superstition, what animal can turn into people? Hmm? Right. According to Japanese superstition, one animal can turn into a person. What animal? What animal can turn into people? I play a game that has a Japanese scene. There's an eggplant on it. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Cat, fox? No, it is not a cat or a fox. Okay, let me give you the choices. Again, too many animals to choose from. Okay, so the three choices. Is it a tanuki, which is, I guess, similar to a raccoon dog, tanuki, a wolf, or a bear? Tanuki. That's right, Jeff Morrow. Jeff comes up with the first correct answer. That's right. So according to Japanese superstition, this tanuki, no, not wolf. It was tanuki. It was a so tanuki was usually translated as a raccoon dog. It's not strictly speaking a raccoon, but it does have a lot of similarities to in looks to a raccoon. But it's not really a raccoon. So yeah, you never heard of a tanuki. They're very famous in Japan. Lots of stories involving tanuki and their ability to change into humans. So yeah. Anyway, so we've got a good contest here. We've got Let It Be with 1 point, and now Jeff Morrow with 1 point. Dr. Jeff, yes, Dr. Jeff has his first point. Okay, let's go on to question number 3. Another superstition question, okay? According to superstition, what body part, if large, denotes one's destiny to be rich? Okay? What body part, if large, means you're going to be rich? Okay? So when Japanese are checking you out, right? They're interested in this one body part. Head, not, no, that's not the answer. I can't accept head. No, no, it's nose. It's not the nose either. No, it's not the nose. It's not the head. If I were to give you warm or cold hints, and I would say you're both warm. Um, Ears, thumb, no, not the thumb. Let it be. Came in with thumb. Ears, eyes. No, it is ears. It is ears. Yeah. Um, Specifically, the earlobe. The earlobe. That dangling part there. If you have the large earlobes, they say that you are destined to be meant to be all inclusive, right? Yeah, but it's not just it's not a swollen head, right? But yeah, only the ear. And actually, I feel a little kind to Jeff by saying allowing ears, because it's not if the ears are big, but the ear lobes, right? The ear lobes, if those are big, either long or thick, and so on, right? Yeah, yes, that's right. Um, Oh, you've heard that about the earlobe. Okay, so share. You have knowledge. You have background knowledge here. So I'm looking forward to you uh, making a great performance in this quiz here. Okay, all right. So we've had three questions, three correct answers so far. Let it be has 1 point. Jeff came up with his second point. Okay. Um, Here's our next question. Again, superstition. Superstition seems to be a theme today. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how you do with this one. Okay. According to superstition, what happens if you pierce your ears? What happens if you pierce your ears? According to Japanese superstition, what happens if you pierce your ears? What do they believe? What the superstition in Japan? You will lose money. You will lose money. Um, no, that's not exactly right. I would say that's warm-ish. Spirits enter your body. Oh, that's an interesting answer. That's not it. No. Okay. Sure. You go to hell. No, that isn't that one. You haven't heard that one. Okay. Yeah. You'll have bad luck. Oh, you'll have bad luck. All right, I will accept that. Yes, I will accept that. Yeah, yeah. Bad luck sounds pretty good. Yeah, let it be with another correct answer. Technically, it's just a change in luck, but yeah, I mean, yeah, generally people aren't on long bad luck streaks, But I guess that you could interpret it that way. If you're having a lot of bad luck, you go and pierce your ears to hope to get good luck. But yeah, if your luck has been generally good and you pierce your ears, you might expect a turn to bad luck. So yeah, bad luck. Bad luck will be the acceptable answer there. Okay, we have quite a game here now. We've got Let It Be with 2 points now, and Jeff the Dr. Morrow with 2 points. I have one more question. I have tiebreaker questions also prepared if we need it. Okay. But if not, this will be our last question for today. Another superstition question. According to superstition, what does the half moon at the base of the fingernails mean? Right? The white half moon at the base of your fingernail, right? Um, Mine doesn't have much of a half moon there. I can't show you, but sometimes there's a little bit of that white half moon that sticks out there near the base. Longevity, health. Let it be with health. Health is the answer. Longevity, I mean, that's in the ballpark. That's pretty close to being right, but I'll have to give it to Let It Be with the absolutely the spot on answer, health, right? Yeah. If you have that half moon, that indicates good health, right? Yes. Okay. So excellent. So with a final score today, I'm sorry, this is a short quiz. Um, I've got to go get my health check done later on. I didn't do it yet this school year, and the school year is coming to an end. So they told me, get that done or you'll be in trouble. They want to know how healthy I am. I can tell them I'm overweight, but they want a little more detail than that, I guess. But anyway, as I was saying, Let It Be with 3 points, with 3 correct answers. Let It Be has won our Japan quiz today. So Let It Be, if you send me your email address or the way that I can send a file to you, I will make a yes, woohoo! I will make up uh, your certificate of recognition of your superior knowledge of things Japanese, right? Your superior knowledge. I will put that into a file, a PDF form, and I will email that to you. And you can enjoy that. You can display it, use it as your desktop screen on your computer, maybe, or display it here and there, print it up and hang it on your wall, whatever you like to do. That's up to you. But I will send you the PDF file for you to make use of as you see fit. So probably the easiest way, if you go to, if you look at my profile, you can find a link to a you can find a link to a Google form that should work. Let's see, or I can probably find that form here. Where'd it go? Why isn't it there? All right, let's see. Google Forms, and let's see. Here we go. And send and link and copy that. All right, now here I am back. And let's see if I put it in here like this. How does that work? How does that work? Can you click on that? Probably if you click on that, if you click on that link that I just put up there, that should take you to a form so that you can input whatever address or mode of communication that you'd like me to use to transfer that file to you. Just let me know. Email probably works best. You can contact me through that form. I use the form just to avoid a lot of the spam mail that can happen sometimes if your email address gets out there in the real world, right? So I use that form. Oh, okay, great. I will. What name would you like me to put on that? It's the recognition of who. I can make it Let It Be if you like. Or if there's another name that you would like me to use, just let me know. Again, you can do that in the form, would be fine. Okay. All right. So thank you all very much. Let It Be is fine. Okay, good. Let It Be. I will do that and send that off later on today. Okay. So as I said, today was a short little Japan quiz. Wednesday, if you have time, Wednesday, about this same time. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Cher. Yes, yes, thank you all. Thank you, Let It Be. Thank you, Jeff, everyone for joining in. Wednesday, about this same time, there will be my philosophy talk with Jeff Morrow. Layman's philosophy. We're just a couple of laymen that talk about philosophical things like do we have free will and things like that. Uh, okay, yes, do read up on Japan when we can travel again please come and visit. It's a great place to visit. It's a wonderful place. I think it's a wonderful place to live. It's definitely a wonderful place to visit. Very different than Europe or the Americas. It's a unique country and a really wonderful place to live and to visit. So please do if you ever have the chance. So Wednesday about this time, Layman's Philosophy. In the second half of the week, Thursday or Friday, I'll be doing my, looking forward to Wednesday. Thanks, Jeff. Yep, see you then. 11 o'clock, right, our time, right? So it's now 11:23 here in Kumamoto, Japan, according to my, 11:24 it just turned. So you can adjust that. So, but about 48 hours from now, so Wednesday, about this time, we will be doing the philosophy talk, Layman's Philosophy talk. And then either Thursday or Friday, as I get more organized, I will have the USA Peace Game quiz. Same type of format as this. It'll be a little more organized. There'll be at least 10 questions. And but again, the winner will be awarded with a certificate of recognition of their superior knowledge of American trivia and so on. Okay, so yes, I look forward to seeing all of you there. Invite your friends. Let everybody know that it's happening. And also, as I said, I'll have not regularly scheduled, but there will be some short broadcasts from me showing you the cherry blossoms as they progress toward their peak full bloom, which should be happening over the next 10 days, right? Maybe even 2 weeks. Depends on a lot of things to do with the weather and so on. They're just getting started. So it'll probably be, probably closer to 2 weeks before the cherry viewing season will be finished. Yes. Yeah, it is nice. It is nice. As I said, there is a lone tree on my campus that is actually blooming. But most of them are still in the buds. And as I walk around town, most of them are still just budding and just ready to bloom. So that's an exciting time now. Maybe Jeff and I will even do a Ohanami broadcast or something like that. We can get together under a cherry tree and kill off the virus with lots of alcohol and so on. We'll see how that works. Anyway, watch for further broadcasts. They're good live. They're also good in replay. So enjoy whenever you can. And thanks for everyone for dropping by. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. I remember who was it? Oh, yeah, Jeff Morrow subscribed. That's right. Yeah, that was pretty late, wasn't it, Jeff? Okay, anyway, that's fine. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.